is upon us. Tonight, Creepy Daddy Michaels and Bubba's Bullies are facing off for the final. This is exciting stuff.
CDM and Bubba's are basically tied in every category except for Slash.
So X-Elite Gamer is now kind of fishing around. These survivors are having trouble actually getting gens done. Now, Freaky JT kind of running away a different direction, and she is able to juke just out of the way. Really well done there by Freaky JT. And all the gens popping now, getting an adrenaline here, and it looks like they're going to have Freaky JT coming off of the hook. We have one exit gate getting open. That's a really critical moment because now they can have a 4-man escape. Going for the 4-man, they are not afraid. To be their undoing. Was this a mistake on their part? A rejuvenated trip now, 3rd hook. So if there was a time for them to leave, it would be now. Only one gate open so far. However, King Pleb Warrior now back in a chase with the nurse. The nurse catching up very swiftly, but he is going to make it to the exit gate, and that's probably going to spell the end for X-Elite Gamer. On their first game of the day, it's going to be really tough for them to come back from this.
And I know that there's only an 8-point difference here, but for either of these teams to have any type of lead is saying something.
It's massive. It is saying something. All right, everybody. Bubba's Bullies versus CDM. We are back here with trial number 2. Just about to jump into the game right now. And yeah, it's Coal Tower again. That's right, folks. Coal Tower again. And we're seeing a spirit. King Pleb Warrior now off to the gens. Apply some of that pressure. Keep things going. Keep things moving. Definitely want to see a lot of that. Once again, letting the Claudette get away. This is a problem right now for King Pleb Warrior. Not able to commit to getting one survivor down. Currently trying to focus down on all for Domo. But at this point, it may not be enough. A beautiful play by the survivors here. Now the adrenaline coming in. Holy crap. Asteroid 261 and X-Elite Gamer both getting 2 adrenaline simultaneously. That was so well coordinated. Alfredomo still in chase, the only one remaining who can go down. This is the only chance he has to actually get a kill out of this game, or these survivors are going to take it away. Now body blocking for Alfredomo. Lots of body blocking, just not allowing it. Spirit being really patient, able to get the down just barely, right at the exit gate. Everybody escaping except for Alfredomo, going to be the one who goes out. A similar, very similar ending to the last game we just saw. Holy crap. 34-29 in favor of Bubba's Bullies. They have now come ahead from that 8-point lead, pulling 5 points further ahead, and now a 13-point difference in this game itself. We are here with Bubba's Bullies and CDM. We're going again, and my God, it's so close right now. Bubba's Bullies versus CDM. Bubba's now surviving against a Bubba. Dropping that pallet really early. Smart plays here by the team, playing it extra safe, extra cautious, not taking any risks against CDM. Getting a hit on X-Elite Gamer. Once again, though, getting only an M1. Not able to achieve a chainsaw. I haven't seen the chainsaw come out yet. King Pleb Warrior now closing in on these true survivors that just unhooked. Trying to go again for the Claudette. He definitely needs to secure a kill here very soon. And that is an insta-down. Seems like there might have been a Devour Hope in play here. Getting 2 players down, now going for a slug game. I don't know if we want to comment on what we just saw there, but that was a missed decisive strike. CDM showing big here against Bubba's Bullies as a Bubba. And now we see a 3-man recovery. Adrenaline. 3-man adrenaline. And we see them opening one gate over here on this side of the map and opening the other gate on this side of the map. Getting it down to the wire here, 40-43 as we speak currently. Getting an instant down on Asteroid 621, who got a little bit greedy over there. Second hook for Asteroid 621. And I think they're going to just leave him behind. My goodness. So that is the score after 3, 48-51. It is neck and neck here, folks, going into the 4th trial of the finals. I'm through the roof right now. So the first thing we notice right away, we should talk about, first thing, is Bubba's Bullies is killing against CDM's survivors. And we see X-Elite Gamer with a Spirit, second Spirit of the day. Spirit being an extremely oppressive, extremely strong killer in the right hands. The question is X-Elite Gamer the right hands for the Spirit? Already getting a first hook before the first gen even pops. losing a little bit of pressure here as the Cybers are able to finally get one generator knocked out of the way. Finding now Freaky JT out in the open, going down right by a tree, not quite able to get to safety. And now we see King Pleb Warrior working on their generator, possibly looking to go for the unhook. Really needs to snowball here. 3 gens left. Needs to start considering how she's going to procure a snowball. Jeff taking a hit here at the TNL wall jungle gyms. Reminder, this is Suffocation Pit, and we see a lot of these walls and jungle gyms right in the center. Oh my god, going down right by the ballot. I was just going to talk about the safety of these jungle gyms, and then the Spirit just completely undoes all of that with her phasing, coming straight through, knocking him right down, right by a pallet. And once again, we see them just go outside of the safety, going out to the tree again, getting it down. I don't know if it's mind game where they're trying to get away from the Spirit, but it's just not working. I would just be staying in the safety of the jungle gyms, but they just keep leaving the safety and going out to the middle of nowhere and getting downed. Really just playing against them. This is so close and intense, trying to bounce a little bit more pressure on that generator. These survivors just showing really strong how they are, and the last generator gets done! Guys, this could be game over with no deaths this game from X-Elite Gamer. Is he going to be able to pull it out? Able to get the down on the ASMR Big Lizzy. ASMR Big Lizzy being the only one on Death Hook. A perfect opportunity for X-Elite Gamer to pull something back. However, the survivors, if they're smart, are going to be working to get out right now. And that's exactly what we see them doing. There is no reason for them to stick around any longer. It's time for them to go and get out as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, it does take 16 seconds to open an exit gate, which means there's just enough time for her to mount a little bit more pressure and maybe even out the score here. Now chasing Rejuvenated Trip behind the Suffocation Pit, but then leaves it. Going instead for one of the exit gates. One of the exit gates already been opened, the other one now being opened as well. King Pleb Warrior seeing his way out. I think this is going to be it for X-Elite Gamer this season. Only going to be able to secure the 1 kill. It looks like that's going to be it. No matter what she does here, it gets the speed boost. He's going to get out. Yep, that's it. He's able to get out very easily. Quick and swift. Goodbye. All 3 survivors escaping. CDM looks like they're coming out pretty strong ahead in these tallies. Guys, I think this could be it. I think this is it. I think CDM's going to be the one who takes it home tonight. These scores are being tallied right now, and that's just about the end of the story this season, with CDM getting 70 points and X-Elite Gamer 64. Sam, is that the final score?
Yep, that is the final score.
That is the final score, ladies and gentlemen. 70-64, only a 6-point lead with CDM taking it. It was just so close all around this season and this match altogether. It's just... before the first gen even pops. Trying to bait out a hit there, but not able to get it. Freaky JT able to get away. That was a missed decisive strike. And that is an insta-down. Yeah, they can hear you immediately, by the way.
Oh, they can? Excellent. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Vigo's Court. I'm your host, Little Rugard. I have with me Poggy today, and we've got another match coming up. It is what? Match 2. Not game 2. Dang it, I'm already bad at this. Match 2 of Season 1 for Dwights One Locker versus Sample Text. We are on the Ironworks. It is Dwights. They are the home team. And yeah, here we are. Are you guys ready for match number 2? I am. We got is this it? Yeah. Okay. Ironworks of Misery. There we go. Is 160 square tiles, 10,240 meters squared, 8 hooks minimum, 13 hooks maximum. No gens locked in as areas, so gens can spawn anywhere. It is complete RNG. And this is a medium-sized map. Correct? This is 10,000 square meters. This is a medium-sized map, right?
I would say so, yeah. Medium-sized to
okay, cool.
Moderate, yeah.
Okay. I don't have very many memorable games on Ironworks. It's a map that exists in the back of my mind. I've never actually taken time to study the map particularly. Do you have any thoughts on it? I'm kind of drawing blanks on it, honestly.
Real quick.
I think I agree with you.
If you check, Poggy, if you check the production chat messages. Oh, unless you just got a friend request.
No, I did not.
Okay, I sent you the person who you need to add because for whatever reason theirs is not going through to you.
I got it. We're good.
Imagine friend requests not working. What we got going on? Who's all in chat today? We got Ninetails, Pretty Good Fang. We got a bunch of people in chat today. How's it going, everybody? We got Object of Depression. Rugard, yes, it is me. Poggart, yes, it is us. How's it going, Kamikaze? It's a big map? Really? I never thought it was that big of a map. Zed says it's a big map. Do you think it's a big map?
I mean, it's not a small map, but it's not big either. It's right in the middle, I would say. So that's what we said in the outset. I don't know. I think maybe it feels bigger because of the layout, just because everything's kind of, I don't know, in like weird places. But it's not a bigger map, I don't think.
Fair. Like Haddonfield is not supposed to be a big map, right? But the hedges on Haddonfield make that map feel massive.
Right.
Personally, anyway, because you're in a chase of survivor, and they're like literally 4 meters away from you, but either side of that hedge is literally a 20-meter walk around. So it's just Right. No.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
no
I
love
think
for Haddonfield.
Isn't Ironworks is the one with like the two sort of branched out hallways and then the sort of middle area. And when I say hallways, I mean like the big area on each side of the map. There's like a 90 degrees like this, and then like a square. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So there's like four jungle gyms in these two areas, and then there's the middle building, the Ironworks. I think I'm thinking of the correct map, but that's.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. I think that's right. Yeah, it feels a lot bigger. Maybe it's just that second story building is just so big too.
There is a map video. Just saying.
There's a map video?
There is. We looked at it, and I can't see it on my screen too well because it's really small, so...
Yeah, it's been around since, like, what, the inception? Like, this I thought this map has been around since the beginning of the game, right?
Let's go back to the map and look at it again.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. See? Ironworks of Misery. Since the McMillan estate, so I guess that would be since the beginning, because that was Trapper's McMillan. There you go.
Okay, Grohick said by square foot, it's one of the largest ones. Interesting. I guess like with the second story area, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see what it's like in game. Like, I've never personally felt like it was super huge, but
I don't know that I can agree with that. I don't know. I don't know. I have to look at it. I don't think it feels. I mean, I don't think it is actually bigger. I think maybe what he's saying is it feels bigger, perhaps. But is it bigger by ground?
To put this into perspective, real quick. Here, I'll put this in perspective for you. Mother's dwelling is 12,032 square meters. This is 200 square meters smaller than Mother's dwelling.
200 or 2,000?
Really?
Square smaller.
200. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. 2,000 square meters smaller.
Right.
Okay.
It's a lot smaller than Mother's dwelling.
Is that everybody loaded up? Who's killing for Dwights? Is that Guildspire?
That is.
I think it's Guildspire. Yeah.
Guildspire. Yeah. And we're going in now.
Nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll them rules as soon as they get to the load screen. Hello everyone, we're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each roll twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. Okay, folks, we're here with a Bubba. And we have the teams up here. We have 4 Dwights, 1 Locker is currently killing, and Sample Text is currently surviving. We have Sayonara, Certified Persona, Dragon's Wrath, and Viceplin all getting ready to do some surviving. And I like this Claudette's skin. Her hair is missing, perhaps? Or is that like actually a... Anyway, so we see Bubba now in a chainsaw. They're using his chainsaw to break that pallet that she dropped early, which is smart to probably drop it early like that. And now we see Viceplin on his way. Bubba kind of going nowhere. I don't know where he just went there. I guess he decided he doesn't want to loop. I guess he's... Yeah, he found some other survivors on this generator, and now he's chasing the Nia instead. Sayonara 1997. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but I'm doing my best, guys. So then, of course, we see him, doing a nice whiff there at the pallet. Kind of respecting the pallet, which could play against him if he's not careful. You definitely don't want to respect too many pallets. Probably just testing the drivers. Once again, not committing and instead leaving the chase early. This is something we see a lot, especially in the early games with new teams and things like that, is that they will not commit right away. But he does eventually use his chainsaw to get it down on Dragon's Wrath. Bubba is just kind of all over the place right now, trying to figure out where he wants to go. But he did effectively manage to use a chainsaw and get a player down, making for 1 down very quickly. And getting that down on Dragon's Wrath. So, yeah, well, let's go follow Bubba some more. Where did he go? Where's Bubba? There he is. There's Bubba. So, another fantastic chainsaw. I love to see when Bubba's, Bubba, not main, but like secondary Bubba. And he definitely did a great job of chaining those chainsaws together. No pun intended there. And I will say, like, you love to see it. You love to see it. Really well done.
Yeah, that's good pressure right there.
It was very good pressure. And he has great pressure now. They already got the unhook, however, on Dragon's Wrath, which, you kind of expect from strong teams. And perhaps that's exactly what we're seeing is a strong team. So trying to get rid of his pressure quicker and get rid of that. And he's going to now be chasing after Dragon's Wrath again, which is exactly what we see. Using his chainsaw again. He's probably not going to get it, maybe? Oh, he does get it. I thought Jake would make it, but he did not make that. It was close, but he does have Decisive Strike, hits him with it. He's going to loop over the window and get away from there, using his life to get even more distance than he had before. Bubba probably feeling pretty pissed off that he just lost to Jake. He's going to want to chase after him again, which is exactly what we're seeing. He's going to try to tunnel down the Jake. And that's not a dumb play. I mean, we are at only 4 gens, and tunneling can seem kind of cruel, but... And he is using his chainsaw now. But not going to secure the down. Another generator popping as we're talking about it. And we see now he's looking at perhaps chasing Certified Persona, losing one of his totems, now going to check on that instead. Curious what totem it was, I'm not completely sure. Going to be now chasing after the Nia, and I do believe he does have Hex Ruin, but I can't tell you for sure if it's gone. Not able to secure the hit on the Nia. Nia doing a very good job looping around. Bubba also doing a good job. He hasn't tantrumed once, and that's something we've seen a couple times from other Bubbas. They tantrum a bit frequently. He's very good at avoiding hitboxes. And we're definitely seeing that play out. Now, Sayonara going to be abandoned in chase again, and we see Jake now fully healed. Dragon's Wrath going to get in the chase now with Bubba again. This will be second hook if he gets caught. Getting caught on a wall could play out there and could get him caught right here around the corner, but he does manage to make the vault. And there is still the safety of this pallet right here. He is not going to drop it early, instead letting Bubba use his chainsaw. Bubba mind gaming, turning around, going the other way. And Jake is going to drop it at the last second, stunning Bubba, and he's not able to get the break on the pallet. Dragon's Breath doing very careful, trying to get to the next safety. I don't think he's going to make this, though. I'm pretty sure he's going to go down at the window. Oh, and Bubba gets the tantrum kill. Really well played. Bubba gets super fast whenever he chains those chainsaws together. And that's exactly what we saw there. However, even with all this pressure, 2 generators popping simultaneously. Oh my god. And that's going to be second hook for Dragon's Breath. Not even able to secure a kill just yet. That is rough. And so Bubba now instead going to go for this Nia, who has Sprint Burst. However, Bubba can theoretically catch up with Sprint Burst, and we do see him kind of do that as he gets closer to the Nia and is able to get the pallet out of the way. We do see the God Pallet is still here. She does drop it, even though she does take a hit. You could say it's a wasted pallet, though I don't know if I would necessarily agree against a Bubba. You'd get plenty of distance. It's going to play out really well for you. And we do now see Nia is in a chase with Bubba again. Ooh, she probably should have dropped that. Oh, God. Oh, no. But that will give their team a chance to get the safely the unhook. And that will definitely be good for the team. And second hook now for Sayananar. How do you say that? Sayananar. I don't know. I have no idea. Sierraner? Anyway, now chasing with
Sierra,
the Fang. Yeah. Sierra? Yeah, sure. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to forget how to say your names. It's just a thing I do. So not going to dedicate to the Fang chase. Instead going to go for the Claudette, who has also Sprint Burst. But again, Bubba can catch up with Sprint Burst. And he does do exactly that, getting the down right by the tree. A perfect shot there by Bubba. Although he does get the tantrum, which lasts a bit longer with the chili. And now getting the unhook on Cyan. Certified Persona. Probably all going to get healed up here. Dragon's Wrath as well. Probably also going to take the heal. And we see Vice-Splin now on a hook on first hook. And the teams can probably, once they're all fully healed, spread out and finish these gens. Now, does Bubba have a solid 3-gen? I haven't even really noticed, to be honest. It's hard to tell on this map. Ooh, but Bubba's gonna tantrum. Ooh. That's his first out-of-place tantrum, I would say. His other 2 tantrums were after hits, so I think that's forgivable because you want to just sort of swing into them and get the hit and avoid. They don't care what objects you hit. You just do it. But we do see him now getting an M1 on Dragon's Wrath. And Vice-Splin off the hook, going for her generator that she left behind. I don't think Bubba has a good 3-gen, which is not good, especially with all 4 survivors still alive. Do you think he can come back from this, Rue?
He doesn't have a 3-gen. I don't know. He needs to secure a kill right now, and I don't think he has the... This person's not death hooked, so I don't think so. I think at least 2 people are getting out of this game.
Now, but the one thing I will say, this part of the map in particular is kind of a dead zone for the survivors working on that generator, and so can definitely keep them quite busy for a while there. However, oh, they found the other totem too, so they're doing 2 totems at once, getting a ton of blood points, by the way. And they're working on this generator as well right back here, which means... And another totem. Man, they just keep finding the totems. So this is how survivors keep doing this shit to me. All right, now I know.
Hey, Poggy, real quick. Their name is Kieran. We had someone clarify that in chat. Kieran.
Kieran. Okay, thank you.
Oh, another tantrum.
So we do see as well that the Vice-Splin is still on second hook. They haven't gotten the unhook yet. However, I think maybe what they're trying to do is push the generators. Kieran here. I'm going to remember that now. Kieran going to go for the unhook, and Certified Persona, I suspect, working on either getting to a generator, going for the heal, but where... Ooh, Dragon's Wrath. Now in the chase of Bubba. Bubba is going to get the break on the pallet with the chainsaw. Using Lithe to get away from Bubba, try to find some safety. Going to have to go across the map for this safety, or at least around the corner here, because that is where the next pallet is, and he is going to get left behind. Bubba could have gotten a kill there if he had worked on that Jake a little bit more. I think he would have gotten him around that. That is not a safe pallet, and he quite possibly could have gotten him down. But instead, abandoning that, going for Kieran. Bubba just not sure if he can make any headway here. These survivors, if they start to get healed up and get healthy, the more time he's giving them, the less pressure he has, and the more likely they are to finish this last generator. It's not far from completion, I'm sure. I mean, in terms of whether or not it's not this one, but one of them is not. Yeah, there it goes right now. It's popping. It's hard. It's hard to hold down that last generator if there's only 3 and 4 survivors alive. It's gonna be pretty much impossible, especially if they're in any sense of competent. But he does get the down on Dragon's Wrath right around by the pallet loop, and is gonna get at least a 1K with a total of about 7 hooks, which, I mean, that's more than half, so I can't really hate on it. Hopefully he can get another down, though, and maybe even a confirmed kill, but I really, really doubt it at this point. I don't think there's any chance of that. They probably are all at least by this area. Yeah, they are, and so they're all going to get out. That's going to be GG's, ladies and gentlemen, for Bubba. Unlucky for Bubba, but he did really well, I would think. I mean, despite the fact that he didn't actually kill that many people, he did really well in terms of how many hooks he got, how many points he got, too. I mean, he got the most points of anybody here so far. So, I mean, he did really well. I can't hate on it, I really can't.
Yeah, I agree with what you were saying earlier. I think if he had committed to that Jake just a little bit sooner at that unsafe pallet, that would have given that secure kill, and then he could have tried to go for another kill after that. But seeing as how it went, he only got the 1K for it. That was really all I saw. That's what I thought. The Vice Plan had repressed the Lions whenever he was going for them, the Claudette out in the middle of nowhere on that gen. All of a sudden, the entity blocked it. That was a really good play. I don't see repressed in Lions enough. I love that.
Yeah, they're having a bit of fun in the chat here. I know you guys can't see the entire chat with the thing in the way, and I'll work on something for that in the future. But that is pretty funny. Bubba's fierce, and his build, I mean, he had a lot of gen regression. He had Pop Goes the Weasel, Undying, and Hex Ruin, and Barbecue and Chili for tracking, and I guess double blood points. I mean, but we're in a Kill Your Friend, so. Anyway,
yeah.
And then he had the Chili and the Vegetable Oil. I run this combo a lot. It's very strong, the Vegetable Oil, reducing that chainsaw cooldown, and the award-winning Chili. Now, looking at the Survivor's perks, do we see any, 3 sets of perks? No, I don't think we do. These guys know what they're doing, and they didn't do that. We do see a Deliverance, though, which didn't get used, and we also see a Prove Thyself, which kind of expected, and a Built to Last for the toolbox. Probably a smart idea to bring that. And 2 Decisive Strikes, 1 Adrenaline, and a Live. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of really solid builds here, I think. Nothing really too crazy. Repressed Alliance is a little strange. I haven't seen that in a while, but yeah, I saw that earlier.
Oh, it's so good.
Very confused by it. I haven't seen that in a while.
I love that perk. That perk can be so clutch.
Scores right.
Right. Yeah, I heard you. All right, let's take a look at this post game, and we'll get ready for the next one. All right, folks, we're watching for Dwights 1 Locker versus Sample Text. This is match number 2 of week 1. And we're going to take a look at these post games. You're watching Vigo's Court, and this was trial number 1. We had a total of 5 gens completed with 3 escapes. Now, Bubba did really well with a total of 7 hooks. That's more than half the hooks you need to say that you did, half the work. But he only got 1 kill, which is kind of unfortunate, so not getting a ton of points. However, he still did really well. 4 Dwights, 1 Locker, 16-23, with a lean in favor of Sample Text, currently leading. So there it is, folks. There it is. And we're going to see how we do going forward with these guys. But yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell. I don't know what you think of that, personally. But I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I like the Bubba made a lot of really smart plays. Like you said, he was picking and choosing very carefully who was chasing the early bit. And for the most part, he got at least 1 pallet normally out of each of those chases, which is really good. Like, if you can't get the down, move on to someone else, but you got a pallet out of them. And so they weren't doing a gen, you go to someone else, they're doing a gen, and you've got Ruin Undying, so you can afford to, play cat and mouse a little bit in the early game, trying to make them throw pallets if they're careless about it. Which, against Bubba, you probably do want to throw pallets.
Yeah,
for sure.
Generally speaking, either you want to throw it early or you want to do it in such a way that you either have a window you can go to right away, or you want to do it in such a way that you have a a safety of some kind, like a bunch of hitboxes. Like right here, we see a bunch of hitboxes. That didn't really work out. Bubba didn't end up hitting any of them. But around these type of areas like that, it's really risky for Bubba to just chainsaw right at you. He has to kind of turn sideways a little bit, and that can make it easier to get away from him. But it can also, if he's not doing it, he can end up tantruming. So it's a risky play either way. Especially like around this area, he's like threading that needle perfectly. Like we can just see he's doing so well, avoiding everything there, the pipes, everything. He just did it so well, and so that's what really impressed me the most about watching this, was seeing that sort of play. It was just really well thought out, and I think he's a well practiced Bubba, if I had to guess.
For sure. Now I'm curious because I know you play Bubba too on the side. What is your least favorite bit of geometry in a map to try and use your chainsaw around? I know I have my answer. I'm curious what yours is.
Least favorite bit of geometry? I'm not quite sure I understand the question.
So okay. So I'll give you mine. So you know the game map, right?
Right.
There on the second. So, I should say the bottom floor, there are little doorways, and there's no real use for those doorways. But the doorway that exists has a very narrow column on the other side of the doorway. But if you try and like loop that as a survivor, you're almost guaranteed the Bubba's going to hit tantrum, because that actual like just small column has a lot larger hitbox than what you'd expect for tantrum. I mean, you hit it almost all the time. That's my least favorite bit.
I see.
I'm just curious if you had something like that.
No, I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. I think I just find it difficult to work around those things. Like, for example, one of the hardest ones for me is whenever a hook spawns at the corner of check and you have it in the loop. I find myself hitting that quite frequently when I do loops with Bubba. I think you know what I'm talking about, right? So you know how Killer Shack sometimes has a generator, or sometimes it has a hook on the corner on the outside, and you have to kind of step around it. Yeah, I've hit that many a times. Yeah.
Okay, so actually, look at this pre-play. This Claudette knew what she was doing. Yes, it's a dead zone out there, but she has both Repressed Alliance and Sprint Burst. So if that like the Bubba came after her, it just happened not to work out for her because the dead zone was large enough she couldn't get anywhere. But
sure,
like the plan was there, the strategy was there. The execution just didn't end up happening because it is a much larger dead zone than possibly anticipated, because there's oftentimes a pallet out there sometimes. I'm surprised there's no pallet out there that in that specific map configuration.
No, that makes sense. I mean, I think it was just bad RNG for her, but at the same time, she didn't die in the game anyway. I think, right? She was one of those that survived. So I mean, it's not like it ultimately ended the game for her. It was just one hook for her, and you know, after that they ended up getting the last generator done. And I think Bubba could have done a lot more if at first, it seemed like at first he might have been a little bit on the nervous side, perhaps, not willing to commit to chases that he probably should have. And that's probably what led to the ultimate loss. But then the survivors were just tunneling down totems, which we also saw. And that was just, it made my heart wrench a little bit. It really did, yeah. It was a good back and forth. It was tough to watch all of those totems go so quickly, and then the two gens popping in the middle of the game. It was just, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that specific one with the two gens popped. He probably shouldn't have focused on that survivor for that long. He does have Ruin Undying, so he could have tried to split up that aggression. Yeah,
I mean, when you have Ruin Undying, you're going to get no use out of it if survivors are just sat on gens. You want to definitely chase them off gens. So I mean. I understand the concept of like he's not committing to chase because he wants to go find others on generators, but he didn't really do a whole lot of that, which hopefully we'll start seeing more in the future with these people that bring Ruin. It's hard. It's not easy. I mean, I understand. It's very hard, especially if you don't know where the hell they are. But that's where surveillance can come in handy, things like that, where you know what generators are and aren't regressing. Like make it part of the build with Ruin, and then it's much easier to find out.
For sure. And one thing too that comes with time, just playing the game as Killer over and over and over again, you do get a sense for like, okay, I saw this survivor over here, I saw this survivor here, what would I go do? And like predicting where they're going to move to as well. And that just comes with time. And also just League play. Like League is completely different from pubs, so you get a feel for it.
Right.
We got Certified Persona on Killer now. I don't think I've seen Certified Persona play before. I'm interested.
Certified Persona on Killer, and they said good luck, have fun, which, you know, they're being good sports. And we also have Ragnarok Alex. We've seen them, Psycho Mantis, seen them in the preseason as well. Joker AX400, and I think this one, iCloudy Days, I think that's a new player that I have not seen so far. But these other three, I remember their names because I remember trying to pronounce them. Oh, gosh, sorry. I was drinking a little bit of water to get my throat ready. So it looks like we're going to get in just a minute, guys, as they're starting to ready up. And I think worth notable here, worth notable? English, do you speak it? Worth probably noting is we do see a flashlight on Fang Min.
Ooh, that's a good point. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's unusual to see a flashlight, I think, right? Right?
Not entirely. So in a lot of other tournaments, it is common to see. As far as Vigo's, like I have never flashlights are kind of a rarity. I'm curious what they think it's going on here.
Yeah, I'm a little bit curious to see this too. I wonder if we're actually going to see any flashlight saves, or if the purpose is to maybe protect against hag if they happen to get a hag, or maybe just to blind them at pallet. I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Blinding at pallets is incorrect. You do it in pubs because you need a flashlight daily. But yeah, I don't think they're going to blind at pallets. You could try and go for some saves if the killer is ever careless. But I think the benefits of having a flashlight to counter one of the strongest killers in the game of Dead by Daylight is probably completely worth the negatives of not having a med kit or a what do you call it, a toolbox. So. I don't know. I honestly haven't gotten too deep into the meta of bringing flashlight over a med kit. That's interesting.
Yeah. And I don't see that happening either. Certified Persona saying, hello, Twitch. Yes. So, guys, hi, Mom. We're loading it now. I'm going to go ahead and run the rules video. And we're going to talk a bit more about this stuff after we get back from these messages sponsored by Vigo's Court. Hello, everyone. We're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. All right, folks, we're back here. I'm with Rugard, and we're looking at 4 Dwights, 1 Locker, and Sample Text going head-to-head today in match number 2 of Week 1 for Vigo's Court. Welcome back, everybody. And yeah, I'm excited to see what they're about to do, and we're just about to load in. As a reminder, though, we are on the Ironworks of Misery, and if you haven't already, hit that follow button. Check us out on YouTube, youtube.com, search for Vigo's Court. You can also look us up on Facebook, and email league@vigoscourt.com if you're interested in joining the league or being a part of the league in some way, even business inquiries, etc. We're always open to speaking to anyone about anything, because we're just those kind of people. So, here we go. A blight. Oh.
This is the wrong map.
This is the wrong map. This is a,
Mother's Dwelling?
I just started noticing it too as I'm looking at Blight's hands, and I'm like, hang on a minute, this background looks wrong. This is not
Temple of Purgation.
This looks like the Temple of Purgation. Yep. Temple of Purgation. So, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we're going to watch them play on the wrong map for like a moment, and then maybe they'll figure it out after. But that is going to be a penalty applied to Certified Persona's team.
That would be Sample Text, right?
Yeah, I do believe that is Sample Text. So Sample Text will get a penalty for choosing the wrong map and wasting everyone's time. However, we are still going to watch him do some fun moves. Hell yeah! Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. But have they yet figured out that they're on the wrong map, or have they not figured it out yet? So I don't know.
I think someone needs to get a hold of them.
Figured it out. I can't help them, but maybe somebody else can. Sam, hopefully you're on it. But there they go. Okay, he figured it out.
Yeah,
he got it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that takes all the surprise away for these survivors, though. Now they're not going to know. Like they're going to know immediately. Oh, it's a blight. So I mean,
yep.
Unfortunate.
But It is the killer's responsibility to make sure the map is correct, though, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes.
Well, we try and figure out who is host then.
Did we lose Poggy?
No,
No, I'm chatting with
Poggy's
them.
checking out in chat. Yeah, he's making sure that they get this resolved. Well, I will say that if we do indeed see a Blight, I am all for it. I personally love Blight. I think he might be my favorite killer by a landslide at this point. Like I've played him for a long time on and off. I wasn't impressed with him when he first came to the PTB, but as time grew on, my love for Blight just grew. This killer feels so aggressive and so fun. And he can be used on a variety of maps too. You have any love for Blight, or you strictly hag?
Oh, well, I will say this. I wish I could love Blight, but Blight and I have a similar problem that I have with Nurse. And the problem I have with Nurse is, I think I mentioned it before, I get nauseated watching Nurse games, and I get the same motion sick problem that I have with Nurse that I do with Blight. So it's sucks, but I wish I could play him, but it makes me dizzy every time I try to, and I just lose every game because I'm like looking away half the time I'm playing it. So
I mean, to be fair, I think Blight also gets motion sick. You see, he just vomits on a tree every time he hits it. So no, I think he does too.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm going to go that far. But,
I would like to point out that now Ford Dwights is in the lead, 16-13.
Oof.
okay, so that did put Ford Dwights one locker in the lead. That was a 10-point penalty. Is that right, Sam?
Yes.
I'll let them know in the chat.
I like Lesbian Love's comment. It should be Temple Oof Purgation. I don't disagree. I like that name change personally. I don't know. I don't have much love for Temple Purgation. Honestly, the Red Forest maps in general, I do not like. Maybe it's because I'm killer. Maybe it's because I don't like how large it is. But didn't they make Temple of Purgation smaller? I forget. Did they trim the map size down? I don't remember if they did or not.
So.
I feel like they did.
I don't think it was it. I actually don't know.
I might just be talking out of my neck right now. I don't know. I just it doesn't feel nearly as big as what it was once. Maybe it's just because I've grown on the map. I don't know. You get 10 points out.
One moment.
We got a question. Will Ford Dwights one locker deny the penalty? Like we saw, we can't loop. I'm assuming they would accept the penalty. This game is still close and it's game one.
I don't think they can deny this penalty because this is a stream penalty. This is a league penalty. Am I mistaken about that, Sam?
All penalties are able to be denied.
Okay. All right, then. Shows what I know. I don't know. I'm ignorant. I'm sorry, guys. Alrighty then, but we're about to go in again. They are readying up. We're so sorry for the delay, guys. This will be match 2 of week 1, and this will be trial number 2. Deny the penalties? Well, they can, but they haven't yet, so I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I mean, it does seem like an honest mistake replying to Foul Play Gaming. However, it is written all over the place, and it's not like they haven't been informed, and we had a preseason, so I'm pretty sure they've had ample opportunity to learn that fact. But
and
actually, Sample Text did not have a preseason game, but they also came late.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good point.
And I guess for future reference, if Sam can clarify and confirm, the killers do host the game, and therefore all killers are responsible for making sure the map is correct, right? Unless stated otherwise?
Correct.
Okay, just making sure. So for those killers who, like me, that are listening, make sure you guys got your map right.
Okay, we're back here again for trial number 2. We actually didn't really go anywhere. We've been here kind of the whole time. But, sorry, Certified Persona is now getting ready to kill again. We are on the correct map this time. And we do see them opening a chest, and we also see Blight running across the map. Now, we did see, obviously, it was a Blight in the last incorrect map, so I'm not surprised anymore. I don't get to be excited now. However, we do see him starting his chases going towards the first generator. He heard exploding. I think they might have missed a skill check there, which kind of rare at this level, but I guess it can still happen. And, okay, so he's already better at this than I thought. Mainly I say that because I don't really often see very good Blight players. And he played that, like, perfectly. Like, he just immediately knew how to just square that in and get her. That was beautifully played. An amazing start, getting a lot of early pressure, and we do see him rocking a specific perk of that which will not be named out loud. And he's heading towards the survivors right now. There he goes, getting a sneaky hit on them, and we see Psycho Mantis dedicating, not able to finish it, running away now with a hit, giving him 2 hits, and not even getting the generator done. Ooh. That is unfortunate for them. For Dwights 1 Locker, completely losing grip on that generator, only barely able to get it finished after getting 1 full down and an extra injury, and now that'll be 2 hooks. Really well played by Blight there. I mean, just brilliant play. Ragnarok Alex possibly going for the unhook, trying to make sure he doesn't get spotted by Blight. We see now Blight going for iCloudy Day, Psycho Mantis, who is not sure if they want to hop the window yet. They do hop it, and then Blight also goes for the hop. Blight now going to leave this area, instead going for the generator, probably the smartest play we've seen in a while, which is just abandoning chase specifically for a generator that he sees someone on. We don't see that too often. We've seen a lot of abandoning chase when people don't know where survivors are. And that's a lot more risky, because then you're just kind of leaving something you know for complete mystery and luck. But in this case, he went straight for the guy on the generator who was out of position and then goes down, and now he's on a generator. This Blight is playing a freaking... He's playing geniusly. Is that a word? Geniusly? I'm making up my own words for this show,
Maybe.
just so you know. He's playing geniusly.
Oh,
he's got 2 slugs, 1 hook. He's already had 3 hooks this game. This will be hook number 4? Or did Sam already mark hook number 3? I guess we'll find out. But
I marked hook number 3.
Okay, that's what I thought. But yeah, my goodness, dude. This is turning into something of a disaster for this team here. But we do see at least a 1-man recovery, getting up now off the ground, getting the unhook. Now a 2-man recovery. Could they make this into a 3 and still able to get a generator done? Where is this survivor pressure coming from? They have nobody just now getting up. I don't understand. How are they doing this? How are they doing this? How is this happening right now? This is going to be 3 generators done, and even with all this pressure, it's just insane. These survivors and the killer both are just insanely talented. I'm not quite able to finish that generator, but Certified Persona now in that chase, going to get the down right at the pallet. Ooh, that looked like a little bit of a cheeky hit with the lag, but you know what? It is what it is. And he got the down fair and square. We can't really fault him on that. Really well done, nonetheless. And that'll be 2nd hook for Ragnarok Alex. Certified Persona, as I start to get dizzy watching, I'm going to close one eye and squint the other one a little bit. So I don't get too sick. If you see anything, let me know, Rue, because I might have missed something in all my excitement.
No, the survivors are playing really tight.
Yeah, they are, but so is the killer. I mean, he's got so much pressure, and yet these survivors, they're healing, they're getting generators done. It's just wild. Ooh, getting a bit of a whiff,
I guess that's
but
why it's a
almost
league
got
match.
it. Yeah, it would be why. That would be exactly why. We see that generator almost finishing. Is he going to get to it in time? He does, but he maybe could have committed to that. I don't know. No, he couldn't have. That was like 80%.
No,
he was very close, though.
Mm-hmm.
Blight almost getting the hit. He does at least get the 1 hit, so he's injured. He's got that 4 injury now.
He's playing very methodically.
He's doing really well. I mean, that was beautiful dead hard through the killer, and not enough, though. He is going to go down right there. Maybe the pallet would have been safer, but, you know, it is what it is. He took what he took, perhaps wanting to save the pallet, but at the same time, he is dead on hook, so probably not the best play he could have made there.
Yeah, being dead on hook is not where you want to be right now.
No. But again, a third generator is
Oh,
popping.
another gen.
Jesus.
Wow.
These survivors are crazy. And there's still that other gen that's like still at 50-ish%. This one right here. But David has already dropped this pallet and is getting chased off of it. Oh, David is going to go for that. He does get through. Barely getting through that window. And he's not looking behind him, which is making me super anxious. And now he goes down. David, look behind you, brother. Please, please, you're on mouse and keyboard. You can do it. I know. I know you can. WD, turn left with the mouse. You got this. It just... But he does get the down. And Certified Persona now chasing after the Fang Min, who is fully healthy. She's the only healthy one left, Ragnarok Alex. And now, of course, she is also injured. And who's going to go for the unhook? I suspect it'll be Ragnarok Alex who goes for the unhook. And iClouded is going to go down as well. This could be a 4K, man. We're already seeing second hook here. And we have one other person already on third hook in a moment if they get downed again. I mean, this is a really tight match nonetheless, though. They're just getting so much done.
Applying it. Yeah. It's a lot of pressure.
It really is. And he does see them with barbecue and goes for the hit. Misses it right on Ragnarok. Ragnarok barely juking out of the way, but doing a really good job. And is able to get the stun as well. Staying completely healthy the entire time, which has been a thing for a trouble for the survivors lately, but instead going to switch targets, going for the David who's injured. David, ooh, dead hard out of the way, able to avoid the hit, just barely getting out. Oh man, every single moment has been so tight in this game. He sees the David over at the corner, he goes for it, and he misses it, instead going around the other side, trying to get for the pallet, hitting on the walls, doing his ping-pongs. And just not able to secure it. Once again, getting another pallet stun. These survivors could still come back from this with this time David's buying them right now. David gonna go for the other pallet. Dropping it early. Very smart. Certified Persona getting the pallet hit. Easy destruction. And he's gonna abandon chase with the David. But David's now in a dead zone. I mean, all that area, it's wide open now. He should just go for the down. But instead, he's going to switch targets, probably to try to get them off. The generator is going for the Ragnarok Alex, seeing, of course, the Fang Min, who is still injured and was sitting on the generator. He's going to go back for her, getting her down really quick. iCloudy Day's now going to be on second hook. Oh, but that was a decisive strike and not a missed one, and it was beautiful. Beautiful. You love to see that, and that's going to be... I can't believe that decisive strike was still up. That had to be like a 59-second decisive strike. Like, honestly. How long was that chase with David? Like, I mean, that's crazy.
That was a long chase.
That was 3 pallets in a window. I mean... But she does get her down again, and that is going to be her going down. And we see, of course, Felix over there kind of running around, possibly getting in position for the unhook, and David working on his generator while injured.
Yeah, that was definitely one of those 59-second DSs we were talking about the other day.
I think so, too. Oh, no, she's on third hook, Sam. I think you missed a hook on that one. Unless it's not updating, in which case, never mind.
Unless it was a progression.
He does get the down on Joker. I don't think it was a progression. I'm pretty sure she was...
No, I was handling stuff in the chat, so I probably did miss a hook, but it's fine.
So now we see Ragnarok Alex being one of the only ones left alive, and Joker about to get down to... But Certified Persona doesn't want to go for that. He wants to go for the 4-man. He wants to go for that 4-man slug. And so he is going to focus down the Ragnarok Alex. If Joker has Unbreakable, though, he could get back up. I don't think he does, though. Let's try to find out. I do not believe Joker has that. So I think this is GG, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic plays by Certified Persona of Sample Text, who have just done a phenomenal showing in this game, demonstrating the sheer power of Gen Pressure with Hex Ruin, Tinkerer, this build. While, I mean, it's kind of meta, really. This is kind of the meta that we've seen on... I didn't say it out loud. Obviously, you guys can't see it directly, but I mean, it's Tinkerer, Hex Ruin, Undying, and Barbecue. I mean, that's it's the meta from MMR, and it works here too. So
that is a very powerful build for Blight.
He's looking for Joker, but not finding him. And I don't know if Joker might happen to be able to crawl to hatch, but that would be something of a miracle play.
Wow, right?
He is really struggling. Oh, he does find the hatch, though, so that is going to be it for David, unless he has adrenaline, does he? You can't see his perks. Ha, he doesn't. Nope. I knew he didn't. But you didn't know that until just now. Surprise, surprise. That's how we build the suspense around here, guys. So he's not going to be able to find him if he doesn't know where to look, but, yeah, I mean... And just in case there's somebody cheeky that's going to go tell him where David went, I'm going to stay on Certified Persona so that no one will know.
I would hope people wouldn't go that far.
So I know this is going to get boring towards the end here, obviously, because this is sort of the end game, and now we're just kind of waiting for him to find the 4-man. But I respect it, man. He did really, really well, and I can't hate on him at all. You know, it was like some miracle hits, man. Some of those hits were insane and really surprising. And just the pressure he had from the beginning of the game was crazy.
For sure. That was no idea. It was really quick hooks. Really quick hooks.
Yeah. It really was. I mean, it was a hook after hook after hook, hit after hit. Everybody was injured constantly. He just knew what to do, and he was on top of it 100%. And that's what you like to see, really.
Alpha RPG in chat said that those PC Blights are just a different breed. And I kind of have to agree because you can set your sensitivity in your mouse high. So those curves can be a lot sharper than I think what console players can achieve with the same killer.
Right.
I don't know of many console Blights.
I was going to say, I see some people in chat who are new, and I'd like to just say, welcome, welcome. We're glad to have you here. I hope you're enjoying the show. And although this is not normally how the games end, this is kind of what happens after a while. We're just going to be turning into a talk show. He is checking basement, though, and I think he might, if he just looks around a little bit more, maybe he's down here still. Yeah, there he is. He got him. It took him a while, like a full 2 minutes, but he got him. There we go.
Is there something weird with Blythe's camera from a spectator perspective? Because it's bobbling up and down for me a lot. Is that happening for you too?
Yeah, it's something to do with the spectate mode, I think. Anyway, this game was insane. But like I was saying, I really want to welcome all the new people. Really appreciate you being here, and do hope you're enjoying this. And we're gonna do some post game here in just a moment to review what we just watched.
So that was Compound 21 and The Ring. So that was the visual indicator where we were seeing through the walls when he was in the loops. Compound 21 is still a very strong add-on. I don't prefer it myself, but it's still a very strong add-on. It used to be busted when Blight first came out because it used to be a full 16-meter range. So it was virtually an all-seeing add-on in the beginning, but they pulled it down to 8 meters, so much more contained. Still a great add-on though. And then the ring allows you to fully recharge all of your charges for Blight's Dash every time you get a hit on a survivor from his frenzy, if I remember correctly. Is it from a regular hit or is it from a frenzied hit? I think it's from a frenzied hit. Or a rushing hit, sorry, not rushing. The ring add-on, the purple add-on that he has on Blight, it's a rushing add-on that lets you recharge all your stacks. I think it's only when you get a rush hit, not if you get a
rush, yeah,
a lethal rush hit. So this was a hyper aggressive
scores right.
Yep.
Hyper aggressive build.
Yeah, and of course we see sort of the usual survivor stuff with built to last and
but it's not
Streetwise,
reflecting on the scoreboard,
as well as Prove Thyself and some others. So we'll take a look at that, Sam. Thank you. All right, we'll be right back here in just a second. I'm going to do the post-game review. I just want to do one quick thing before I push the button, if I can. If this will let me. Okay. Let's do it, guys. Let's do some post-game review. All right, folks, so you've been watching Week 1 matchups and with the division rivals for Dwights, One Locker versus Sample Text, and today has been their gameplay. It's been fantastic so far, and what we're looking at next is the trial. Welcome to Vigo's Court. This is Gens 3 completed with a total of 0 escapes. Yeah, he got a perfect 4-man. It was just brilliant, but all those gens, though, even with 11 hooks. Wow, 11 hooks. I didn't even notice that's how many.
That's a lot of hooks.
That's almost all the hooks. One more would have been all 12. With a total of 4 kills, and that's 8-29 in favor of Sample Text in that trial. bringing quite the lead for sample text. Really, really well played, everybody, and congratulations on the amazing scores. Wow. Wow. So let's review some of this. Obviously, this is one of the incorrect map. This is something we have to talk about a little bit. So they brought the wrong map, and that is a penalty. And the reason it's a penalty is because it wastes the time of us, as well as the survivors in there as well. And so it can also be exploited, although I don't think that there was any intent to do that. But that's just why there's a penalty on it. So in case you're wondering, the same rules apply for survivors who, or even killers who bring anything like a Mori or anything accidentally. Anything that would be potentially against the rules, like iridescence and such, all result in the same sort of penalties. Now, the other team can deny the penalty, but I don't think they're going to, and I don't think they did. So, but yeah, current score 42-24, and I do love palindromes, so it is nice to see that.
That's a good point. I didn't realize that.
Yes, and just to clarify, that lead is with the penalty, so it should look like 52-24.
Right. Should look like, but isn't. So, Rue, do you want to review some of the clips that we're seeing?
I'm still trying to get my head around it, because like you said, the Blight goes so fast, the action is just non-stop. And like, especially with his add-on that lets him fully recharge, every time he gets a... What? Oh, okay. The charge add-on, he's constantly rushing. And that's the thing, that's why I said it was a hyper-aggressive build, because not only does he get a good view during the mind game, like on those walls, because he has the wall hack add-on, but in addition to that, every time he gets that rush hit, he can immediately go back to ping-ponging around again. It's just very hyper-aggressive. It's not the build that I always play with, but if he showed that he is more than capable of taking advantage of Blight's, angles of attack. And if a survivor doesn't have like really, really good reaction time, they're dead meat. Like in these areas that we're seeing right now, you can play Blight really, really well, and there's no counterplay sometimes, especially with the speed add-ons too. But he didn't have speed add-ons; he just had the wall hack. So no, just very, very strong play from the Blight. And like you said, the survivors too. The survivors were. We thought that they were, getting pushed around. They were getting hooked constantly, and we still saw gens pop for a good part of the game. It wasn't until the death hook happened that we finally saw the pressure from the gens start to fall apart.
Right.
So
yeah, it was wild. That was just wild.
Yeah, very back and forth game. I will say I don't think the flashlight ever came into play, so that was unfortunate. I didn't see any blinds.
It did not.
I was
but
hoping
also,
for a
it's
blind.
Interesting. This is only the second matchup of the season, guys, and we haven't even seen all the teams yet this season. We haven't. I mean, this is going to be a crazy season. I can just feel that. Even preseason, we had some wild games, like with Chef Mitchell and his Freddy. It was just some wild stuff, man. And I'm looking forward to what you guys bring to the table. Just some amazing plays all around, and I'm looking forward to talking with them in the after chat if they're going to be here in the interviews. But I'm sorry, the cross-examination is what we're going to be calling it now. I think, yeah.
I like it.
We'll do some cross-examination.
Yeah, like see right here, he almost got that hit.
Very close, yeah. I mean, it was just a really good play by Felix to walk a little bit and then run, kind of throwing him off a bit, I think. But
and that's what they said. Phenomenal. Like the good reaction time will save you sometimes. It doesn't always help, but in that situation, Felix had the proper reaction time and he was able to dodge just by a hair. And that's the thing. If Blight misses, it's by a hair. It is so close every single time.
Right. And
yeah, have we seen a repeated killer since the season started? Because every single game I think so far has been a different killer from every person we've seen come on. So this is still a different killer.
So,
no,
yes.
we've had two Bubbas. I forget.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we had a Bubba yesterday. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, we had a Bubba yesterday. So for the most part, we've seen a wide variety of killers already, which is really cool. I would like you would think, in high tier game it'd be like, oh, you're only playing S and A tier killers, and like, no, we're seeing a wide variety. Someone took Legion yesterday, so
yeah,
I'm glad to see that there's a mix of
pretty
killers.
Good. I mean, did really well with them. So, and as did you, by the way. Your Legion game was spectacular. I mean, it's you can't just count out a killer. If you're a main with a killer, it's viable. I mean, it just is. It doesn't have to be an A tier killer to be good. If you main a particular killer and you have thousands or hundreds of hours in that killer, you're probably going to be fairly, good with him, even against sweaty teams. It's just, you just know what to do. It becomes instinct at that point. And I think that's exactly what we saw here with this Blight. Was just, he just has probably so many hours with this Blight and practicing it, knowing exactly what to do and what situations. And he just capitalized on pretty much everything. Very rare that anyone got away unless it was a second chance perk like Dead Hard or Lithe or something like that. Otherwise, they were pretty much going down immediately.
Mm-hmm. One thing I will say about Blight, I feel like he's almost underestimated sometimes because, reason Freddy is so talked up as being a really powerful killer is because, he has teleportation. Blight kind of has the exact same thing built into the same ability. His rush is both a chase mechanic, but it also just lets him literally zoom across an entire map. That's why we see Tinker so commonly on them. Because you get a Tinker notification, you get there before they pop it.
I personally think Blight is just Nurse with collision. That's the way I see it.
I'm still waiting on invites. I tried to rejoin with them, but I don't know if that's working out. Yeah, okay. They were all readying up and didn't invite me back in, I guess. I don't know. These guys are weird. But here we go. They're going. Oh man. Let me switch over here. Hang on. Okay. So 42 to 24.
What they're talking about.
Yeah, let's see what chat's doing really quick. I agree. Hey chat.
I think they're just talking about different killers.
We're not ignoring you. We're just, we're doing our thing. So let's take a look. Did someone say Legion? Yes, we did. Well, I didn't. Well, I did after Rue. I'll consider your application. We got potentially new players coming. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
For sure. If you guys are interested in joining Vigos, definitely don't shy away. I was into Vigos a month ago, and they were very welcoming, and here I am now. I'm on a team. They even let me host with them. No, seriously, if you want to hang out, you want to join, come in. We're more than ready. I'm having fun. I don't know about you guys. I've only played one preseason game. We got a match coming hopefully this Friday. I'm still waiting on scheduling for that one, but
yeah, we do have a match Friday.
Okay, cool. You should definitely come check that out because tomorrow we have a double header, correct?
Yes. All right. But before we continue, I do have to run those rules video again just because that's our standard affair. So I'll be right back. Hello, everyone. We're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. All right, folks, we're back here again, and you're watching week one matchups, division rivals for Dwights, One Locker, and Sample Text going head-to-head today. So far, it's been a really tight matchup, and there was 1 penalty setting the score back for Sample Text, and we'll see how they do. We're about to load in now, and as a reminder, here's where we are. We are on Ironworks of Misery. And we're going to be seeing them going in now as we start to spectate. Let's see exactly how they do. And a Freddy! We were just talking about Freddy. I love Freddy. Ooh. And this is Kieran? I already forgot how to say it. I'm sorry.
Kieran. You had it right, Kieran.
Kieran, and we see Psycho Mantis on their team. So it's again the same Sample Text is killing again, and they will kill one more time, and then we'll switch back to 4 Dwights, 1 Locker killing. So Freddy, already getting a hit on Joker, who is now running to his first safe loop. Going to drop it right away and get the stun on Freddy as well. And Dwight getting in the middle of the action as he's looking for somewhere else to go. This is really bad. You don't want to see survivors bunching up like this. And it looks like it might have actually caused some confusion for Joker, who is now going down before he's able to get to the next pallet. That can be really troublesome for survivors to get caught up in moments like that. When they see other survivors nearby, it can throw them off. And that's exactly what I think just happened. He is going to go ahead and take a hit on Psycho Mantis as well. Wanted to try to finish or prevent that generator from finishing, but wasn't able to stop it. Unfortunately, it does get done, giving one additional generator to the other team. But he is also going to trade it off for one hook, so I guess it works out. It works out nice and even. And they do get one of those totems out of the way.
I was say that's an early totem break.
Good at it. Yeah, they're very good at finding these totems. And Freddy is currently searching. He's currently searching. We don't know where he's searching, but he's searching. Well, we know he's by the hook, but we don't know where he's planning to go, is what I mean. So we do see he has that 3-gen over there in the corner he might want to protect with Corrupt, but he does see them now about to finish it, so he's going to teleport to it. But it's maybe not going to be enough. Are they going to commit? I don't know. No, he gets off of it. Dwight gets off of it as well. Kieran, Psycho Mantis going right back to it, though. Hoping to finish it up while Grohick is going down by the pallet. Joker now getting unhooked. Again, only one generator done and potentially 2 hooks with 3 injuries. That generator is finishing, bringing it down to 2 gens completed. And getting another down, man. These guys are crazy. I can't keep up with this, Freddy. These killers are nuts. I'm gonna have to just stay on Freddy for a while. I keep getting lost and mired in everything else going on. Again, this is a strong team. Like, they're both quite strong, I think, so for what we've seen so far. So Freddy now teleporting to the generator. Going to now go for the chase with Ragnarok Alex. Going to try to get him down quickly, hopefully. He does get the hit at the T and L loop. T and L loops being some of the safest, but using that extra momentum from the first hit to get away much faster. Instead, we see him go for Joker, who hits the trash can on the way and just barely doesn't get to the window at the T and L loop, going down right there. Unfortunately, the Dead Hard just did not save him there.
Was that a Dream Snare he also hit?
I do believe he did not.
Okay, I couldn't tell.
I do not believe he did. Will probably be a better way to say that.
Okay.
Freddy being stuck graphically at the hook for some reason, which is something that happens a lot. Let's see if we can find him. There we go. Now he's moving again. Kieran now faking the dream projection, trying to see if he can lure out any potential survivors who might be in the area, but unable to procure any. Instead, he sees Dwight here now. He's going to go all the way around. He also sees this guy. Is this a David? He gets the down right there by the window. And now he's going to go for the chase with the David. Just leave him slugged. He definitely feels like he's going to be slugging a lot, which is not bad play. Probably pretty smart. And now probably going to take that teleport to see if he can get the hit. He does, and he gets a little bit lost looking for him. He was behind you. There you go. I can hear it. I was like, no, he went the wrong way. It is hard. It is hard. And I think he panicked a little bit trying to figure out which way he went. But yeah, it was tough. But he does get the stun, unfortunately, and so he's not going to get the down, and they're probably potentially going to get the guy off the ground, maybe. But now we see Grohick finishing his generator, bringing it to a whole bunch of... Holy crap, he's so busy, this guy. He gets the David down again. My goodness. So now that it's going to be third hook for David. My gosh, you poor thing. And Kieran now going to channel his dream protection, go across the map, trying to find the other survivors. He sees 2 of them here, trying to figure out who's going to be in the bad position. He sees Felix going to the least good position, which is this sort of middle of the map. These pallets are semi-safe, but still risky, depending on how it's played. And he does get the down right around here, unable to get to the next pallet. Ragnarok Alex is going to go down. Psycho Mantis working on his generator. Grohick lining up for his as well. And Ragnarok Alex is on the hook. First hook for Ragnarok. They can leave him on there for a while and focus these gens. But however, somebody just missed a skill check on the way off of the generator, which does signal to Freddy he should either complete the teleport or at least chase back there, but he didn't. He didn't complete it. Instead, he is... Where is he? Ah, he's back here by the TNL loop. Okay, got it. And he does get him down. Unfortunately, Psycho Mantis walks right into his face. Yeah, these survivors definitely should consider healing up and resetting, but instead they are just continuing to pressure these generators. Which is something that you like to see. You like to see them pressuring, but at the same time, if they get too greedy, they're going to potentially get all 4 of them dead. Just like we saw in the previous match. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure.
They have they should recover. How would you?
No,
recover?
I agree. I agree. They definitely need to try and reset here. They had almost 3 people that were barely hooked. It was just the Joker that was death hook all the time. But now they're starting to they're approaching death hook too. They definitely needed to reset a while back, I think.
Right.
I agree.
And they're not doing that, instead deciding to continue the gen pressure, not resetting, and a consequence of that will be Ragnarok Alex going right down by the pallet again, and of course Freddy going to slug as he sees the other player right here by the TNL loop, and the TNL won't be enough. He's going to dead hard, but it goes out to nowhere. He gets a whiff, though, and is able to make the loop once again. Oh, so unlucky for Freddy. And so lucky for this guy. And by God, he's going to go down, and Psycho Mantis is on the ground. Unlucky. And that'll be 2nd hook for Ragnarok Alex, and that's 3rd hook for Psycho Mantis. I mean, but he is almost done with that gen. However, Freddy now has the ability to go and pressure and slug for the 4-man. Which is probably exactly what we're going to see. Freddy is coming your way. I wouldn't stay on that. I wouldn't do it. I would probably get off that generator. Oh! And he opted to stay on it. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was, if I'm being real with you. I just have
Bold
to say
strat?
a mistake. Bold strat. Yeah, yeah, that's going to be a bold strategy there, Cotton. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out for him.
It's one thing if did Grohick ever get the only thing I can think of is the only reason you let that happen is if you had deliverance or something. Maybe they didn't know that he was coming. I don't know why that happened.
I mean, I knew he was coming, but I mean, I could hear him coming. Grohick only just now using one of his 4% too. You should have used all 3 of them, my man.
Wow,
a lot of mistakes being made there by Grohick. Possibly killing it for the end of the match here for his whole team. They may have had an opportunity to recover from that.
I think that was just a breakdown in communication, maybe, or something. Maybe they didn't realize that there's 2 people down. I don't know.
Seems like a communication breakdown. And Freddy is, of course, looking for Psycho Mantis, who's on the ground somewhere. And if he had adrenaline, he would be up after the hatch gets closed. But once again, you can't tell, and I can. Haha! Does he have adrenaline or doesn't he? You'll never know until the hatch is closed. Of course, he's not going to do that right away, is he? He's going to get the hook first? No, he wants to get the hatch point. He wants that hatch point.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I think Psycho Mantis is hopeful that he can go somewhere where Freddy won't know where he is, but I think Freddy is just I don't think he cares. I just think he wants the hatch. he can't seem to find it though. Is it really worth the 1 point, my man? Is it though? Is it? I don't know. Would you go through all this for that 1 extra point? Maybe. Well, he did find it, so I would have just gone for the hook myself, but that's just me. And I think he's going to die on the ground unless Freddy picks him up in 6 seconds.
I say, was it more points for the hook and death instead of the hatch, right?
Yeah, it would have been. So that probably wasn't worth it, I don't think. So a couple mistakes on both sides there. But these scores are sad and hard to look at for the Survivor Squad. Unlucky.
That's tough.
Wow. So what do you guys think in the chat of what we just saw? That was hard. Go ahead.
No, I'm just going over so he had Corrupt Intervention, Ruin, Tinkerer, and Undying. So it was Ruin, Undying. They just happened to. I'm pretty sure we didn't say Ruin play almost any part in that match. That team completely decimated totems almost immediately.
Right. Yeah, those totems were pretty much gone right away.
Yeah, I think that after that death hook, they could have at least jammed out another gen, maybe even got 2 of them going. But that is a strength of Freddy. He can juggle gens. He's probably one of the best gen jugglers in Dead by Daylight as far as killers are concerned, constantly being able to teleport between the two if necessary. And then Tinkerer just compounds that issue for him too.
Right.
And
no,
then,
that makes sense. That really does. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be at the end there like that. I thought they would be able to recover, but then seeing Grohick just sit on that generator and get down, there was a pallet right there. But let's talk about that more in the post game. Let's review the post game really quickly. Right back, and here we go. So, of course, we were watching Week 1 matchups, division rivals for Dwights One Locker, going head-to-head versus Sample Text. And we're in Vigo's court. Here's what you just watched. Trial number 3. We saw 3 generators only getting done, which is just not enough, however, and 0 escapes too. Not able to find the hatch at the end and getting killed with 8 total hooks, apparently, which is not a lot, surprisingly, for a 4K, but still. A total of 4 kills, bringing a lot of points. Sample Text 21 to Dwight, for Dwights One Locker, 7 in trial number 3. And of course, that does mean that Sample Text is still leading the charge into trial number 4, which hopefully we're going to see very soon. So let's take a look at some of these highlights. So the first thing I think is worth of note is the map is, it doesn't matter. For Freddy, he can pretty much do well on most maps, you know? It's because he can just teleport, like you were saying. It doesn't really affect him all that much what map it is, you know? The only thing that might change that is the RNG of the loops and stuff like that, whether or not he's going to get a lot of pallets in the way and the like. But otherwise, I don't think maps really affect Freddy that much, you know?
Yeah, he is such a well-rounded toolkit. It's tough. Like, yeah, I can't think of a map off the top of my head that's like, man, Freddy is not great on that map. You shouldn't play him on that map. Freddy's good all around. Freddy is, nothing to say there. He is a very well-rounded killer. Maybe too well-rounded, honestly, but I don't know. That's for the devs to decide. Vocal break? All right. Well, so I'm going back over. So, yeah, you said that there's a little bit of a low hook count, but to be fair, like, Grohick was first hook, death hook. And there's nothing you can do about that. Like, he had tons of hooks that game, and I imagine if they had reset and not gotten slugged and then letting Grohick down, he probably would have gotten more hooks too. It's just that's the way the game fell. Did they end up with? I think they ended up getting 3 gens done that game. I forget. I know we just went over the post game. I feel really bad. Yeah, okay. So they did get 3 gens done that game, and it was kind of similar to the last game. They got 3 gens done. And then the first person died, and they never reset. I think this might be a little bit too much gens before friends. I think they should have balanced it a bit more in the healing department, to say, because they had, if I remember, Alex had a a med kit, and that med kit wasn't used by the end of the game. Was it Alex that had the toolbox, or am I thinking of someone else? Not a toolbox, a med kit. Someone had a med kit that was unused.
I'm not sure who had
almost the entire game.
It wasn't used, and I think I'm in complete agreement. I think they definitely should have applied more pressure by resetting, because that would have given them more ample time. They may have even finished all 5 gens had they done that, but instead they opted to just keep pressuring, and that's, I think, was ultimately their demise. And we actually saw that in full force here when Grohick goes down at the end of the game because of that greed on that generator. And this is exactly where that moment starts to unfold, as we see him going down, and then we see Psycho Mantis going down over here, and Dwight's just hanging on to that gen at this moment still. He's over there working on it. And while it is true that, I mean, there's some movement here. I mean, Psycho Mantis is doing really well, but it just wasn't enough to carry the game forward, unfortunately, in the end. I mean, it was enough for Freddy. Freddy carried the game forward, but the survivors couldn't carry it forward.
and one thing specifically too with the way that Freddy works is It is tough when you're one person. Like it's tough when you're down, one person against any killer, but specifically Freddy, because he's got Tinker at any given time that he has Tinker go off. He just breaks chase with whoever he is. He goes to them. Like, yes, he didn't have Ruin Undying at that point, but it was just about keeping survivors off the gens at any given time. And slowly but surely, they can't keep resetting after every chase. They don't have
no.
I don't think they have the time for that. A good killer is not going to give you time to reset after every other chase to keep yourselves healthy. So after a full reset, you're still going to whittle them down, but it would have given the survivors a chance to break the pressure.
Even just 1 or 2 heals would have changed the paradigm of the end game here. I mean, it just ended up just too many opportunities for Freddy to get one-hit downs. I think just 1 or 2 extra long chases could have bought them the time that they needed, and just they didn't capitalize on that. But anyway, that's pretty much all the highlights that we have. So I guess we'll go back, unless there's more you want to talk about, of course, with the game. You're free to do so, sir. That is your prerogative. But I'm here with you back again at the main screen. We're going to be looking at some of the chat, what you guys chat out. Sorry about my hair. It's driving me crazy today. I should have done more with it this morning. I showered and it's all loose again. I usually have that natural sort of Puerto Rican vibe going, but right now it's too freshly cleaned. So.
Oh, you're angelic. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
you're
thank
perfect.
you.
Perfect the way you are. Yes. But can you Photoshop a halo over your head right now? That'd be great.
I will see what I can do.
We should play the devil's advocate, like put a halo over one of our head and put a devil's horns on the other, go at it and back and forth. I don't know. I'm out of it at this point, but no, there were so many things to break down that game. I feel like, because the Freddy was doing constant good pressure. I feel like they were playing properly. The survivors made a couple mistakes. I don't know. That was a really close game up until like right at the end, honestly.
Sam,
I think it was what we said. What's up?
Sorry. I need the man in the booth for a moment. Sam, I'm not getting invites yet, so I just wanted to double check, make sure they're not without us again, doing something nefarious like playing without Poggy, because we know that's not allowed, and I will get very upset. So if you could check on that,
playing
Sam, really
without
quick.
Poggy.
Thank you. I know, right? Could you imagine?
Imagine playing Dead by Daylight.
It's going to happen in these first few weeks, and it may even happen once or twice during the season. I doubt once the first couple weeks go by, but it is something they will have to just replay the game. I mean, that's just how it's going to go if they're doing that without me.
Is it?
But please invite me if you haven't already.
Real quick clarification. Is it a penalty if they fail to invite you and the game starts?
I don't think so.
No.
It's not? Okay, just making sure.
Because that's something both teams are responsible for at that point.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's not like you don't know if the spectator's not in there. You just got to slow down and pay attention to what you're doing. You got to set your map. You got to make sure offerings are off. You got to make sure your builds are correct. You can't just run in the match all willy-nilly.
There is a checklist of items, like an aircraft pilot taking off. That's and some people don't bring their checklists. Thank God that doesn't happen too often at airports. But
oh man,
we're not at an airport, so my life is not in danger. Anyway, let's see what what the chat is saying. Let's see what we got going.
Did we freeze? I think I froze. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I looked at the screen, all of a sudden everything froze. Okay, cool. Anyway, what's going on in chat right now?
Poggy, did you get a friend request?
No, I have not.
Nico, yeah, exactly what we were saying. The Sahara started off very strong because they cleansed totems. They popped 2 gens rather quickly too. After that, it just fell apart. They didn't. But
I can't accept
reset. Regather. Yeah, they didn't try and, I guess, come together and pull back. Because like I said, not getting extended chases against a fully healed survivor and just getting easy downs. If Freddy will eat that all day long for sure.
All right, I'm joining up on them now. I think we're getting in, so excellent. Good news, guys. Good news, everyone.
What impression was that? I don't recognize it, but it sounds amazing.
That was the professor from Futurama.
Oh,
good news, everyone.
That would explain it.
Yeah.
I've never seen Futurama, so.
Oh, God. Get out of here. Why are we letting you host? What is this?
You're fired. Get out.
Fired. Okay.
Go home.
My screen now goes to static. Bye, everybody.
Wait, Poggy. I'm gonna need you to do your more popular impression, and let's see if he knows who that is. Because if he doesn't, he's fired.
I don't know what this guy is talking about. I think he's losing his mind. I don't do other impressions. There's no such thing.
Yeah, I genuinely do not know what that impression is.
So
I don't think I really don't. How do you not know this?
Is that Peter Griffin?
Yes, it's a terrible impression of Peter Griffin.
You were dangerously close to getting fired.
Oh no. Pogard rip in pieces.
Have you at least seen Harry Potter?
Yes, I have, surprisingly. Read the book series, loved it. Haven't seen all the movies, but I've seen most of them.
Okay, get out. Why are we letting this go on?
I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to be on his side with this one. Screw Harry Potter. Screw Lord of the Rings.
Shut up.
Look, I don't even like Star Wars.
You're not even supposed to be here. You're a scorekeeper. Shut up and scorekeep.
You're going to love this. I have not seen or read Lord of the Rings.
I'm not even.
I am so uncultured.
All right, guys. Look, we're just having some fun here. I apologize if that was a little annoying for some of you, a little cringy, but
we got Psycho Mantis on Killer.
Yeah, Psycho Mantis on Killer. We have the survivors getting ready. We see Kieran, Dragon's Wrath certified persona, and Viceblin from the previous first game we did. All here again, and again we see another flashlight. I don't think we're going to see any flashlight plays.
Yeah.
It's risky. It's so situational, and that's probably why we're not seeing it happen. I don't know. It just seems like a wasted item slot to me so far. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe they have some crazy plan, but they could be thinking something crazy. Anyway, let's do another last look at the rules for trial number 4. I'll be right back after these messages from me. Hello, everyone. We're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. All right, folks, I'm bringing us back a little bit early because they're already in, and I didn't want to, lose time on that. So we do see a trapper. We saw a trapper yesterday. That's now the second time we've seen the same killer. So Psycho Mantis is going to be playing some lovely trapper for us. And he's already got 2 traps on the ground. And we also see Viceblin over here with his flashlight, just kind of crawling around Certified Persona on their first generator. Kieran getting ready to get on theirs as well. So they're splitting up to do gens. Dragon Wrath doing his own generator as well. So they're hoping to maybe do 4 gens at once, I suppose, which could be really devastating if Trapper doesn't immediately start applying pressure after his setup, which is what he sees now. He is now going to be supplying some pressure to Fang Min here. And at the TNL loop, going to get that first hit on Certified Persona. Very nicely played. As he continues to run through, we do see that he has a handful of traps set up in this area. He wants to try to pressure Fang into the building and then out to the left side there. You can see in the bottom left over there, he's got some traps all set, ready to go. It's going to be tricky, though, to pressure her in that specific way, so he has to be very careful about which way he goes. And we do see her kind of running that way on her own. Is she going to go into the traps? We do see 1 generator popping. Is it going to be 2? And that's going to be a free hit right there. And we do see Nia coming into maybe body block or take over aggro for the Fang. So that now she can take a hit. Fang instead going possibly back to her generator. We see Viceland about to finish their generator. We also see Fang up at the top, healing up, self-carrying. And self-carrying over here. Why not meet up? Aren't you on comms? Meet up! Meet up! Save it! Don't do it this way! Okay, Certified Persona now getting healed up. 2 generators done. Kieran, at this point in the match, we would have at least hoped to see a down, and Psycho Mantis is just struggling with that. Unfortunately, against this Survivor Squad, unable to secure that down. This could already be a GG, I'm predicting, because of the fact that he's not got any early game pressure now. And all it takes is 1 wrong move, and not capitalizing properly from here on out, and it could be the end. And whiffing. Oh no. Oh no. That would have been the hit he needed to keep this moving forward. Oh no.
That's
and now
tough.
he's going to get stunned by the pallet. Psycho Mantis is going to struggle for the rest of this game. I assure you this is going to be rough and hard to watch. That's going to be 3 gens done now.
Ooh.
As we see him
Sprint
continue going for the Nia. Sprint burst, yeah, going to be tough. He's going to vault back.
Ooh.
Not probably the right play there. Oh, he's leaving it now. I think he's panicking. I think Psycho Mantis is panicking. I can feel it. Weisplin kind of just standing out here doing nothing. Just waiting for the killer to come through. He didn't see her? Oh, no, he does. Okay. And now he's going to drop that pallet early. Yep, and go for the killer blind, but not able to blind properly. That's why you don't need the flashlight, first of all. And blinding like that isn't really ideal play anyway. It's not really going to help you a whole lot. If the killer has ears, you can just hear which way you went. So anyway, we see him now putting down a trap there. She saw it with her own eyes and sees another one going down there. So she's probably, if she's smart, going to leave this. Ooh, she's going to disarm the trap mid-chase. That's so cute. Oh, but he left the chase anyway, instead opting to chase for the Jake. He really, really needs to commit to something here right now in order to secure it down, or it's just going to be game over very quickly for this squad. He does get the hit on Certified Persona, however, is going to abandon it again. Going back for the Jake, and now Certified Persona can just freely heal up, which is exactly what she's doing. Oh, no. Trapper, no. Dragon's Wrath now in this chase with Trapper, who is, again, just not committing. He is a non-committal killer right now. Certified Persona now fully healed. This is hard to watch, folks. Please, if you have small children in the room, close their eyes. As Trapper now going to take another hit. However, we do see Fang getting trapped and then just getting out of it very quickly. Unfortunately for Trapper, not able to go and secure the down, and another generator popping, leaving only one generator remaining. As he's going to work his way up to the top of the ironworks. Has all 5 generators done. And Kieran now stuck in a trap, desperately running to hopefully go get it. But is one of his teammates going to be there in time to unhook? Yes, they do get out. And they're off, and he's just not able to secure it. But she does go down, however. How did that happen? Wait, what did I miss?
That is the Honing Stone add-on.
Oh, the
you
Honing
cannot
Stone,
get out of
yes.
it yourself.
Yes, very nicely done, Trapper there. At least he got one hook so far, which, I mean, it's a hook, you know? It's 1 point. And if he manages to camp her down all the way, I believe it would be 3 points in total. Unless I'm mistaken about the math there, but it doesn't matter because we'll see it add up at the end. And yeah, this was a tough game to watch. He is now kind of camping it and putting down all the traps. He is putting down every single trap that he can find at every corner here. Does not want them getting through at all. Now, I will say, I think that you can just go around it. And then and then he hits her early. Oh, man, but she gets trapped again.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Kieran going down again. And it could possibly have decisive strike, so doesn't want to pick him up just yet. That was fabulous. That borrowed time didn't work out for her, but he is gonna. Ooh, is he gonna go for the pickup? He is, but she's the obsession, and she has decisive strike. She was the obsession, so I knew, even without looking at her perks, I knew she had DS. I mean, it was just obvious because she's the obsession. Of course she does. And, yeah, they're all giving him some clicky clackies, and he's going to maybe try to put a trap down for no reason. What is he doing?
I think he was confessing right at the end there.
I feel so bad for Trapper right now. I really do. That was really hard to watch. But, yeah, GG's, guys.
Yeah.
GG's.
Trapper is tough and competitive. And once again, like, honestly, I don't know if the trap place was even the most ideal. Like one of the best things on that specific map for Trapper is you can put them at the top of staircases and force the loops up there, or just deny that entire area for looping. Right. And instead, like, I don't think we saw any traps on the staircases at all.
I feel like he started to really panic towards the middle of the game when he realized he wasn't getting it down in the middle and 2 gens had popped. I just feel like Psycho Mantis was really starting to feel panicky and made a lot of mistakes back to back and just a lot of bad decisions, and it kind of just ruined it for him, and unfortunately it's just how it goes sometimes, you know. We all have those moments as killers. So we're gonna look one more time at the post game to review this, and let's see how we did. So ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching week 1 matchups, division rivals versus 4 Dwights 1 Locker versus Sample Text, and yeah, you're watching Vigo's Court, and this is your post game review. And as you can see here, we did get 5 generators all completed with a total of 0 escapes. Hello, computer, work with me here. And 1 hook. No, everyone escaped. I don't know how the math worked out. 4K. What?
4 kills.
What is
it? Was a 4K.
We
didn't see it.
33 to 27 in favor of Sample Text during that game, and Sample Text is convicted of murder. Congratulations to Sample Text. So I don't know what happened with the mathematics back there. It got backwards for some reason, and in fact, no, it was actually 4 escapes and 0 kills. So my apologies, folks. Something went awry.
That was a Sam mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to take responsibility for bad programming, but yeah, I guess I'll take a Sam mistake just as well. So, I mean, looking at these clips, can you just commentate a little bit on what you're seeing? Because I think everyone wants to hear from you as well.
So I acknowledge what Chad is saying, and I think even Psycho admitted it. The Sample Text was so far in the lead for this game that they chose a killer as what they call a throwaway killer. Because you're probably not going to try and use Trapper in your big matchups. Where like, oh, we're playing against this really good team. We know we need to save our good killers. So that's respectable. That said, I would have broken that door up there. There's the trap. So for Trapper, you expect 2 gens to go down without even touching a survivor. That's just how Trapper does. You try and find whatever area you're going to try and 3 gen. You set up your traps around there, and then the game starts. For Trapper, it's not, you start with 5 gens, you start with 3 gens. That's just how Trapper works. But then I don't know if I agree with the trap placement here. Like right there, the Jake was on those stairs. I would have put at least 1 trap near the top of those stairs, on the other staircase and the middle staircase too. That's just me personally. I play a lot of Trapper just for fun because he's a very rewarding killer, but at high tier play like this, when you've got comms and communication like these teams do, you've really got to put some kind of out of place traps. And that's the thing, like with your setup for the first 2, maybe even if they're really good 3 gens, you try and put as many traps that they won't see, they won't know about, and they keep them guessing. And I think when he started, I think he only got 3 traps set before he started coming in contact with survivors, and you really need at least 5 or 6 traps before you get in contact here. So it was a pretty uphill battle to start with, in my opinion. I don't know if I have much to say, honestly, on it. Trapper is just in an uphill battle in League. He is not quite especially for any trap killer. Hag is an exclusion because Hag can reset traps very quickly. Trapper, not so much. He has to go back to them to reset them, and because of the rules for the League, you can't use the iridescent reset add-on, so you can't have your traps reset either. So I don't know. Trapper's just a tough killer to play. I think he was just, like I said, having a throwaway killer, save your better killers for later on down the line when you probably might need them, and just see what you can do and see how many kills you can secure with a Trapper against a really good team like with Sample Text.
So
that would be my analysis.
I know, I loved your breakdown. That was brilliant, and I don't disagree with anything you said, so which makes for boring content, but it is what it is, and I think it was a great analysis, and I think we're about to go into cross-examinations. Is that right, Sam? Who do we have up? Go ahead and take over, guys, and do your post-games.
We have Kieran from Sample Text here with us. Kieran, you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, hi guys.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Yeah, not bad.
So, very strong play out of your team. You know, we didn't really know what to expect out of you because we didn't get to see you in preseason. But yeah, y'all came in and wrecked shit. Y'all look like one of the stronger teams in the league, and that's saying a lot because there's some really strong teams in here.
Thanks for that.
So, what was kind of the game plan coming in tonight?
Well, I mean, first things first, our game plan wasn't for our first killer to not set the map, you know? That was kind of against it. But no, in all seriousness, it was just kind of the general idea is, you know, try and get gens done as fast as possible, try and keep the killer busy. And for our killer games, it was kind of, you know, a wild card because we didn't really know how their survivors would play, so we had a certified go as killer first, just to you know, kind of scope them out and then decide where we went.
He was nasty.
We thought he was a good, we thought he was a good middle ground killer. And then obviously I went as Freddy just because we wanted to get, you know, Freddy game out of the way instead of like our Nurse or Spirit games.
So you threw Freddy in as a burner killer?
Not as a burner killer, just I think he was a strong choice.
I mean, he's.
Like,
I mean, Freddy, of course, is always.
He wasn't like our strongest killer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean most maps Freddy's strong on. So
yeah,
I'm surprised to hear. As soon as I saw him on the screen, I kind of raised an eyebrow and was like, "Why are they playing a Freddy if they're this far ahead?"
Yeah, it was just kind of. We didn't really have a good killer for that map. You know, we were speaking to another team and saying, you know, they were giving suggestions like Huntress or, you know, this or the next thing. We kind of settled on Freddy. But, yeah.
I mean...
That's kind of the thoughts behind it.
I mean, honestly, like, the Freddy play was kind of whatever. I wasn't overly impressed or underly impressed. It was kind of a Freddy type of performance, but... that Blight, man.
Oh yeah,
Blight.
Oh man, that was nasty. I do need to point out though, which I know you're aware of. There was some ping issues going on in future matches that would have been a required reset and maybe a different person playing in that position. Just throwing that out there. You know, they were nice enough to let it go and not make a stink out of it, but. That would have been a reset type of situation.
Well, I think it's just because it's cross-continent thing. There's no way we're going to get a good. Well,
so the answer,
we had high pings and they had high pings. It's kind of.
So the answer, the way the rules reflect it is that it's going to be with the majority. So you're out of country. The majority of people are in the U.S. So you're going to have to play on US servers is what that like we're not telling you can't play, you're just going to have to deal with our ping instead of us dealing with your ping. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean that's what I thought we were doing, but when they were saying about killer hosting,
they may not have realized that you were out of country. I had no clue until
that's fair enough.
Yeah, I had no idea you were out of country until I heard your voice just a second ago and I'm like, "Oh, that's why his ping was high."
I think I might have been the only one who knew that because of some of the practices that we did.
Guilt Spire here with us from for Dwights One Locker. Guilt in future, if you know that there's a killer from out of country and you think ping might be an issue, go ahead and you host the lobby. And I mean, we have some other teams with killers from out of the country, but they don't seem to have ping issues. So
I know a lot of my team is Central and some even on West Coast, so I think that's probably the main issue there with ping.
I think that was probably what it was. It was been the West Coast that was the high ping.
Yeah,
everyone was below the limit except for one, and that's kind of the same for us because we have like the majority are from UK, but Dragon's Wrath is from Greece. So he had kind of a higher ping, but we just kind of rolled with it because there's no point. I don't know. I didn't see the point in restarting for one person being above the average.
Yeah. In future, for future reference, we'll be requiring you to play on US servers, so that way there's like a baseline, if you will. You know, we expect you to play from this server because we expect this type of ping. But I mean, otherwise, I don't think, and I think Gilt will probably agree with me here. I don't think ping was the deciding factor in any of those matches. Y'all are disgusting. Like, oh, I don't want to play you. When do we play you? Hold on, I need to find this out.
Whereas me, I'm just like, I want to play you guys again. I personally love the challenge, and you guys, like, I'm not a Survivor main, but that Blight gameplay was nutty. The Freddy gameplay is really good. I'll be honest. I did a scrim with another team on Ironworks, and I played Freddy. They had some really strong RNG, and I just could not play around it. And so I highly respect that based on that fact alone. So you guys did an amazing job that Freddy match as well.
Yeah. I have a question.
I play you week 10.
And this is non-trivial, but I'm going to put Guiltspire on the spot, man. I love your juicy voice. When can we get you hosting with me, co-hosting, or whenever we have Rue a little bit busy playing his games, it would be nice to have you on if you're interested, and we'd love to have you. So we talked a little bit about that before.
I figured out my stream schedule a little bit. Today I did it a bit early, so as long as it's like games around this time frame, I should be good to help out once in a while. If you guys like say Rue is in game, I'll definitely be more than willing to co-host or
you need a
co-commentate.
Wednesday guy.
Yeah, Wednesday guy.
Wednesday? I should be able to work Wednesdays. I can stream from 4 p.m. CST to 6, as long as that works.
So
yeah,
okay.
That sounds delightful to me. So getting back to the interviews, so Kieran,
yeah,
because that is in fact how you say your name, not all the crap that we were trying to say on stream.
Thank you for being patient, by the way.
Oh yeah. Kieran, what do you think y'all fell short in tonight? If really anything, where do you think y'all kind of need to improve?
I think some of our communications were a bit shaky, and at least in the first game, we kind of grouped up more than we should have. We had people working on Gen in the Dead Zone that we should have just left. I think we could have saved like 2 downs if we had left that Dead Zone Gen.
I gotta say, y'all's Survivor play in the first match didn't make me expect the killer play that we ended up seeing from y'all. I was expecting this to actually be a lot closer of a matchup than it ended up being, because your first Survivor game seemed middling at best. You know what I mean? So I was surprised when that Blight came out and just went ham on everybody and was just downing people left and right. That was just crazy to me. But yeah. Oh, I'm still kind of taking that Blight match in. It's something I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch and add to the highlight reel, because that was some amazing gameplay. So Kieran, if you'll stick around for a second, we're gonna have you come back and let you and Gilt talk to each other here in a moment. So Gilt, tell me what your game plan was coming in tonight. Tell me how far short of y'all's game plan y'all came.
Yeah, so I can speak more on the killer side than the survivor side, obviously. But as far as killer side, my main game plan was to bring in killers that interrupt loops. With RNG on this map specifically, there are very strong loops that can come about. Like I said in one of my scrims with playing Freddy, I got looped around for 2 gens just because there was one very strong pallet into vaults. And I went, okay, let's try and work against this. So, my game plan, our game plan as killer was initially to have me come in as both killers. We ended up moving off of that and letting Psycho take a crack at it with Trapper at the end there. But with that being said, I was going to bring in Bubba and Nurse to kind of break up those loops and really apply a lot of pressure. I decided to bring in Bubba first and save the Nurse just in case for later, if an instance that we wanted to use her later down the road, since we do have only 3 times to use her. Survivor-wise, I think our main folly is that we're still working on our loops. There's a few instances where I think we need to communicate a little bit better. You saw one time during the Freddy match where one person was running the killer and brought it back to a gen that was above 70%, so Freddy would not have been notified. So that's a really good example of how we still need to get a shot caller. That way they know where to go, where not to go, and know how to really draw out that chase a little bit more so that way we can get a bit more gen pressure and also learn to reset. That's one thing that, you know,
I saw you
could
talking
say.
about that in chat. You were like, y'all need to reset. Y'all need to reset. And of course, I couldn't hear you. But yeah, I saw you in chat going off about needing to reset. I also saw you talking about oil is better. And I didn't really get to dive into what y'all were talking about. Can you elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, so there is Ninetales, I believe, mentioned Beast Mark instead of oil, and so I've given it thought and on Bubba. So I personally think that the award-winning chili and the vegetable oil, I just call it oil, is the better add-on on Bubba in comparison to Beast Mark. I like Beast Mark due to the fact that it does increase the movement speed, but it also increases the charge time. And with award-winning chili, one of the nice things about it is you can spam that sprint to get some of those closer hits. One example of that was, on Shaq, where I used all 3 charges to get that hit in Tantrum on Dragon's Wrath towards the end. So that's why I kind of steer away from Beast Mark, just because of that increased time to charge.
Right, yeah. Well, your Bubba looked pretty strong, and I honestly kind of thought the matches were going to be a little more reflective of that first match, but then they just showed up and blew me away. I mean, even Poggy was saying he was having trouble following the Freddy. I missed a hook somewhere in there. I was mainly because I was dealing with chat, but still, it was all happening very fast. I didn't have chances to really click off the screen to get an idea of what was going on in the chat. So it was crazy to say the least. I was not expecting this kind of gameplay out of sample text. So moving forward, so y'all are just going to work on communication a little bit and, like you said, find a shot caller. Is there any other game plans in the work that you can shed light on without giving away too much of your strategies?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is definitely, finding that shot caller on the survivor side, learning to reset and not crumbling under pressure. There's a few times there where I feel like some sloppy plays were made because more pressure was being added. And so with that being said, I think we might need to scrim with a few different teams, get some more experience under our belt survivor side and even killer side. And also, really just refine and tune how we're playing and when to use dead hards, when to continue a loop into LT wall, when to give up a loop, when to give up a hit. And that's an important thing to remember for survivors. Sometimes it's good to give up a hit, get that momentum, get to the next tile, and get to a better tile than where you're at. There's a few hits that we took that just really ended up boxing us into a corner, getting to a dead zone where there's nothing available to us. You can dead hard all you want, but if you don't have a tile in front of you or don't have something you can start working around, it's, a dead hard.
Yeah, y'all did specifically at the Killer Shack in the second match. Someone took a hit and dropped the pallet after taking the hit. But and I guess I was about to condemn them for doing that, but in the end, they got loads of distance.
Yes.
So, I guess it's half one way, six another, or half dozen one way, 6 another. But it's
Actually, on that note, I think in that specific situation, there was someone still on the hook at Shaq. Yes. So if they had gone down while there's someone hooked, that would have been horrible for them. So I think the Shaq call was right.
Yeah, that's probably correct. Just a little glimmer of hope, if you will, so y'all don't get discouraged. I will say that one of the worst teams we had in the league last season, at the beginning of the season, ended the season, and it was only 7 weeks last season. They ended the season as one of the strongest teams in the league. So you can see quick turnarounds very fast in competitive play as you're learning it. It doesn't take long to learn it. It takes long to perfect it,
Exactly. Yeah, it's a 100% different beast between pubs and comp, especially killer side. Survivor side, I'd say it's definitely, you have to be efficient, and killer side you need to be efficient as well. But it's a different beast, and so I definitely am seeing improvement on our team on both sides of the coin. And so I'm very hopeful that as we continue to scrim more, as we continue to practice more, do more loop practice, get a shot color really on point, I think we'll definitely see an uptick in our performance.
Well, I'm going to stop you there and bring Kieran back in. Kieran?
Yo.
And is there anything y'all would like to say to each other?
Yeah, I mean, just well played. I think all around. It was quite fun as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, it was great games, well played. I absolutely, like I said, I love that Blight gameplay, and you know, definitely looking forward to playing against you guys again. If you guys ever need to do Killer or Survivor Scrim, definitely hit me and grow Heek up.
Y'all do play again in the last week of the season. Everybody who plays in week 1 is going to play that same team the last week of the season.
Is the home team the same or different?
It's different.
And then we're home
First.
team.
Yeah.
Well,
So
out of curiosity,
you'll be on
Sample Text, what's your home team map?
Should be paying attention.
I know I should.
We're Saloon.
Which what?
Saloon.
Oh, Saloon? Ooh. I have ideas for you guys.
Oh, we have ideas for you as well. Don't worry.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I love the banter. I love the banter.
Oh my goodness.
And is there anything y'all want to say to the stream?
Yeah, no, on my side, it's the first time for me being part of this league. Really excited to be a part of it, both as a competitor and, you know, as a host once in a while. Definitely want to stop in, say hi, and provide my perspective on things. Very excited for both of that, and looking forward to seeing how this community grows. You know, from last season to this season, sounds like the teams have grown in number, so has viewership. So, you know, looking to make this league as best as possible.
Awesome. Yeah, we seem to double every like 5 weeks. So it's the growth has been astronomical actually. You know, you don't see too many people 12 weeks into streaming that are holding a 60-person stream. We actually hit 67 tonight, which is a new record for us.
Hey, congrats.
Yeah, thanks. Congrats to y'all too. It's everyone's league. I may run it, but it's for all of us. So So I think we're going to wrap it up there. I'm going to turn it back over to Poggy and Rugard. Thank you guys so much for coming. It was great watching y'all.
Thanks, guys.
And get good,
Appreciate
fuckers.
Rui, you want to take us out, man?
Yeah.
One thing I want to say just before is that we've seen 4 Dwights 1 Locker play before, and I think they've gotten better since we last saw them, and that was a week after that. So they're definitely improving too. I'm looking forward to see what they come out with later on the season. But yeah, that is our stream for today. Thank you for watching. This was 4 Dwights 1 Locker versus Sample Text. Sample Text coming out on top. Court is adjourned. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow. Oh, you're right. We got a double header tomorrow. It starts at 7:30, right? Eastern?
Yes.
There we go.
I forgot about
it
that.
starts
Thank
at
you.
7. It starts at 7.
7? 7, okay.
Yeah.
7
Check
Eastern.
the schedule on the website, and you can also check it down below as well. We also have some new links down there. I put some stuff down there for all of our stuff. Anyway, yeah, go ahead. Take us out.
All jazzy. No, you're good. Thank you for reminding me. I almost messed that up. Thank you. But yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, follow, subscribe. I will get this right eventually. I am sorry. Go check out the YouTube, like and subscribe there. And yeah, that is all we got for today. Thank you for watching. Share with your friends, and we will see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern sharp. Have a good evening, guys.
So before the first gen even pops. Trying to bait out a hit there, but not able to get it. Ricky's AT able to get away. That was a missed decisive strike.